Check it out. Original Napoleon document with certificate of authenticity.
The Napoleon?
Yep.
That's freaking sweet.
And his seal. I mean, you just don't see that. You just bought it?
Yeah.
What'd you pay for it, Corey?
$2,000. Me winning that money today really is starting to work out for me.
Hey, man, it's your lucky day.
You had it checked out by anybody?
No, it looked right to me.
A signed letter by Napoleon with his official seal would be an amazing find for the shop. We're talking 12 grand easy. But if you're going to ask that kind of money, you're going to have to be positive it's legit. I'm not going to sell something like this to someone for 12 grand and not know for sure it's real. Why don't you go down and see Greg at UNLV, see what he has to say.
I mean, it's got a COA, guys. Is it that big of a deal?
We've seen phony COAs before, son.
Fine. I found a Napoleon signed letter for $2,000 that I think is pretty legit. My dad doesn't believe it for some reason, so I'm down here to see my friend Greg. He knows everything there is to know about French history and Napoleon. If there's anybody that's going to know about it, it's going to be him. This is it, man. It's supposed to be an original document signed by Napoleon.
Well, let's take a look at what we've got. I'm a professor of history at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, and I specialize in European Enlightenment and the French Revolution. It's dated the 12th of Frimaire, year 14. And that's a very important date in the history of Napoleon. That's the day of the Battle of Austerlitz. Napoleon and this grand army of France were fighting against Austria or the Habsburg Empire. This was a really bloody battle, about 150,000 troops all told on both sides involved. But in fact, it was a major victory for the French army. The Battle of Austerlitz is really one of the best-known battles of this period because Napoleon took his troops and positioned them in diagonal, arrow-shaped arrangements and used them to attack, and this is called strategy of mobility. This was really a revolution in warfare. As I look at this, it looks a lot like part of a proclamation he made to his soldiers after having won. So what he says here is, soldiers, we've done everything necessary to assure the happiness and the prosperity of our country. Then I will take you back to France. There, you will be the object of all of my attention. He's the emperor, he's the head of the whole government. You can give them anything they want. Then all you'll have to do is say, I was at the Battle of Austerlitz, this great battle we've won today, and people will respond to you, voila, voila, there goes a brave man. There were a number of copies that were probably made on the battlefield because Napoleon dictated it to his secretaries, and they would have written it down in manuscript, and he would have sent these all over Europe to try and explain to people what had happened. So if you've got one of the original copies that would have been written out on the battlefield, that would be priceless. The thing is, this is not one of those original manuscript copies. No. What we consider to be the original, which looks exactly like this, that's in the military museum just outside of Paris. So what we've got here is very clearly a replica of a very important document.
Okay, how can you tell?
Well, a handwritten ink document from this period, we would see evidence that somebody had written this out with a pen. We would see where there are blobs of ink, and we'd see that the ink would have faded in color. Can't say that this is worth very much as a historical artifact.
Well, there goes $2,000 down the drain. I appreciate it, though. I really had to stop myself from just throwing the Napoleon thing out the window.
Corey, what are you doing?
Trying to find a place to put this so I can sell it for $20. I just found out a Napoleon letter I bought for $2,000 is completely fake.
This is not one of those original manuscript copies.
On top of that, I hurt my foot. Needless to say, this is becoming a very lousy day.
Why are you trying to sell it for 20 bucks?
Because it's about all it's worth. The COA fooled me, it's fake.
You paid $2,000 for it.
That's a big loss, Corey.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, well, you're not putting it on the wall and selling it for 20 bucks. We don't sell fake stuff here. Sometimes Corey's ego gets the best of him, but it's a lesson he's going to have to learn. Take the blow and move on. And while you're at it, give me my $2,000 back.
Corey, why don't you take it home and remind yourself not to be so damn stupid?
Fine.
Dumb kid.
Almost over with.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
I've had better days. What do we got here?
I have a pogo stick, a apparently it's a replica of the original. I got it at a cute little old lady's garage sale.
Is she having a garage sale to pay for a broken hip or something?
I want to sell it because it doesn't really go with my home decor. I've never tested it out. I don't want to break my two front teeth. I would assume that, yeah, if somebody enjoys jumping on pogo stick, they're definitely a different breed.
Have you ever tried it?
No, I'd be scared to break it.
The condition's good, so obviously it's new. Authentic replica of original 1918. This is a replica of the original pogo stick, which were made of wood. I mean, they were dangerous. You got hurt on them all the time.
That's why I haven't ridden it.
Pogo sticks were really popular in the 1920s, and nowadays, if you can believe it, some people actually consider it a sport. An original pogo stick would be much more valuable than a replica, but I should be able to sell this with no problem. You know what replica means, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's definitely not the original.
It's a fancy word for fake. What is it?
Understandable, but I mean, I still think it's, it's in really good condition, like you said.
So how much do you want for it?
Well, I was looking, maybe like $50. Well, I only paid $5 to be honest with you, but I mean, I figure it'd be kind of cute in your store.
So you bought it for $5 and thought you could sell it to me for $50. It's a fake pogo stick. How much could it really be worth?
Well, I would figure it probably cost about $100 when I first bought it.
You know, it's been a real long day and I want to get out of here. I'll give you $20 for it.
Maybe 25.
No. $20.
20 bucks, that's it?
Yeah.
You know what? I'll do that.
All right, deal. Just go ahead and meet me over there.
Okay, perfect.
Don't tell me you bought the damn thing.
I paid her $20 for it. Does it really matter?
Yep, we don't buy friggin' pogo sticks. You're gonna buy a pogo stick, son, you're gonna pay the store back $20. Get over it, son.
This has been a day from hell. I'm gonna go home, have a beer, and forget all about it. I can't wait. The f was that? Kidding me? This day can go f itself.